And at their simplest, dimensions are just tags that you can add to your transactions. If you think about the dimension itself, it's the same as adding an account code to your transaction. We have different types of dimensions, so you'll find all systems have what we call the standard dimensions in them, so departments, classes, locations, etc. But there are also, in addition to that, we have optional dimensions that you'll have depending on the subscription you have to the various modules within Sage Intacct. So these are things such as items, projects, and so on. Note that in the standard dimensions, customers and suppliers are in fact dimensions in their own right, so that any transaction that will be coming through from accounts receivable, accounts payable, or if you're just entering a transaction directly into the general ledger, could have a customer or supplier dimension attached to it. Other optional dimensions are available using user-defined dimensions. That requires an extra subscription, but it's very seldom that we find that we can't have enough functionality without using the standard dimensions themselves. Also note that the terminology that we use for dimensions can be changed. For example, you could call your departments cost centers, classes could be events, locations could be offices, and so on. Here we can see the normal place that you'll find dimensions in your system. So the easiest place to find them is under reports. They do sit in other areas as well, but normally when I'm working with dimensions, the most common spot I'll go to is the reports setup page, and I'll find all my dimensions listed there. So now we know that dimensions can be key to reporting. Let's just see how that looks visually. And we know that we've got dimensions and accounts that we use within transactions, and those transactions can then be used when we're looking at our standard reports. We can filter those transactions either by account or by dimension. We can also use it to filter data within our financial reports, and we can also use dimensions within account groups. So when we're setting up account groups, we can put a dimension filter in there to further refine the data that we're trying to pull out. On top of that, we have dimension groups and dimension structures. These allow us to do more complex reporting, and we'll have a look at how these get set up later and how we can use them in the system.